Another Planet Coaster creation here. So this is Escape from Wolf Mountain. I don't like that name. It sounds way too generic. I would rather call it Triple Threat because there are three launches on this coaster. Yeah, so this coaster is themed in the Arctic. So it's like snow and like mountains, like evergreen trees with snow on them, like wooden cabins type of thing. Because this game, Planet Coaster has an Arctic environment, regional like scenario, like environment, and like tools and scenery that I try to experiment or utilize with. So yeah, and also like in this creation, I carved this wolf into like from into this mountain, which took so much time, but I think it ended up great. And yeah, there's a flamethrower trigger that comes out of its mouth after the first launch from the station. It's awesome. So yeah, here it is in the daytime. This is like the end of the ride, right? So it launches from here, this big building station, into the terrain. So yeah, these are some shots from the Q station. Like part of the queue goes into this wooden cabin, which I just simple cabin architecture, I guess, a table, lamp, bench, and there's a cool like piano piece in the game that I play the piano, so I just put that there too. And this is like the fast pass lane, and I didn't really know like how to theme it, so I just put it as a wine cellar because there are a bunch of barrels, like there are barrels in, in this game. I don't know. Yeah, it's just decoration, just keep the queue lines a little interesting. Yeah, so these pictures aren't really organized, so I'm gonna be a little scattershot when it comes to the organization of these pictures. Yeah. So after the first launch, yeah, here's the train going over the first hill. And then yeah, so basically the first launch is in the station, but the next two launches are in this terrain. Oh yeah, this is here on the left is a second wolf I carved into a mountain. Not the main wolf, like with the fire coming out of his mouth, but like one that's just like more chill. And turn down that Spotify ad. Play the music later. That's good music in the background. All right, anyway. So moving on. Yeah, here's like that main stone rock mountain, Wolf Mountain, in the day. And yeah, you can get a view of sort of the not really a plaza, but it's just like a place to wait. Where the entrance to the ride is, and like here's the station itself. And this pathway here where the arrow is the exit going back into the sort of walk. Like it's just like a square walkway, like it's shaped like a square. I put a fire pit in the middle. Yeah, so the queue starts yeah, not a lot of decoration, just like open into this cave. Yeah. Anyway, another a picture of the waiting area with the signage. Yeah, and with the view of the mountain. So like if you're like watching, like waiting in line for someone, like I mean, if you're waiting for someone to ride and you don't want to ride it, you just want to chill out. Yeah, you got a fire pit, some awesome scenery of like yeah, wolves carving some mountains, and this that giant cabin where the queue does go in eventually. Yeah, so here it is at nighttime. I just kind of scattered some large sort of spotlights around. Yeah, so here's the first launch. Yeah, again, out of the station, first hill, and it just goes around the terrain. There's not a lot of scenery in the actual coaster, like architecture. It's just like rocks, caverns, snow, some like rivers and lakes. Yeah, and so in that queue line, after yeah, exiting the cave, just goes around these trees, some simple light posts. Yeah, into the cabin or you either go into the wine cellar for the fast pass or that main living room area for the main queue. Yeah, and after leaving the main queue, yeah, kind of over like into this dock area, kind of on the edge of this lake or pond or whatever. And I didn't know how to theme this boardwalk right before you enter the station, so I just themed it like fishing. I have some boats leaning on the railings, fishing nets. This is what it looks like inside the station. Yeah, just a large open room, basically. So yeah, this coaster is like has motorcycles, or at least the cars are supposed to simulate motorcycles. Like yeah, just two to a row. Um, you lean forward, hold the handles, and the safety sort of harness mechanism is like on your back. behind your neck and like on your back and kind of pushes you forward. So that's how you kind of stay in position, like you're riding a motorcycle, kind of. Like real world examples like that Harry Potter themed coaster, Universal Studios. I think Orlando, or the Hagrid themed roller coaster. Yeah, it's similar to this. So this is the second launch. So since it's just like scenery and terrain, I try to be a little like diverse when it comes to the scenery. So it's not always just like snow and trees. Turn up the music here again because the ads are over. Like for example, like for this is the second launch. I put it a bit like lower in elevation, put a stream by it, some like you know partially covered by this rock wall. And this is the third launch. Yeah, elevated, but uh, compared to the second launch, yeah, more open. So after the third launch, compared to the first two, it actually drops down, so a bit of airtime. Um, oh, those are all the pictures I have. Anyway, yeah, it goes around, and after the third launch is a bit more intense. Like after each launch, I try to make the coaster a bit more intense, so there's a progression. In terms of intensity, so it's not like it's all downhill from here. Like um, when it comes to like the thrill factor, I guess. Yeah, so that's it. Escape from Wolf Mountain. I'm gonna change it to Triple Threat, a shorter name, uh, and also to refer to the three launches. So yeah, an Arctic themed launch motorcycle type of simulation coaster with awesome custom stone carvings. So yeah, it's pretty cool. That's it. So until then, peace. Take it easy.